yo, can y'all like hear me? Like, can y'all hear me in this? I finally found my microphone, y'all. Like, I don't gotta buy another one because I can afford it, y'all. Like, being unemployed has felt the best that I've ever felt, but I ain't got no money. I ain't got no money. I'm gonna check the voice right now. Hold on, let me see. All right, we gonna try again because I don't know why I sounded like that. Does it sound better now? I'm about to check. Okay, y'all. So I just need to maintain a reasonable distance from the camera. I mean, from the microphone, so it don't be having that little vibration sense. But y'all can hear me. Y'all can hear me, right? Okay, because we good. Okay, we good. So, y'all, today I'm going to tell you the reason I ain't got no job. The reason I'm fucking unemployed. Because bitches want to try me all the fucking time. I swear, y'all, it's never me. It's always these bitches trying me. And I'm just a little innocent girl, just like, oh my God, like, I really don't do anything, y'all. I just be living my best life. I'm just that bitch, and just hating ass, negative ass energy be coming towards me, and I be clocking it. And yeah, y'all. So oh my God, y'all, the amount of stories I have about this shit, oh my God, like, I need to get on my shit, but I'm about to tell you, like, the most recent stories, like, you know, the ones that I got off the top of my head, and then, like, I'm about to go back in time, because, bitch, and then I have a lot of stories already recorded, I just gotta edit together, child, so I just gotta edit it together, child, come on now, I might need to edit, I'm not gonna hire no editor, like, what the fuck, like, bitch, I can barely hire myself right now, like, the fuck, but anyways, y'all, I'm about to tell you the story of how your girl unemployed, because bitches wanted to be racist, fucking carrot head ass, snobby, fucking cracker ass, motherfucking. Ooh, that bitch looked like she was some sour milk, sour cream, motherfucking spoiled milk ass looking ass bitch. She wanted to fucking try me. Manager at Circle K.
Katrina, whatever the fuck your name is. Fuck you, hoe.
Alright, let's get into this motherfucking story time, y'all. So, boom. I'm working at Circle K. First of all, let me just get into how I got the job at Circle K. I was working on this job called Shift Smart, right? And it was basically just like little gigs from here and there, you know. It was like last summer, and I was like just taking gigs to get some money because I wasn't getting hired because I had some of these sour cream cracker ass bitches that I had to deal with before on my record. So I couldn't get a job, but it was kind of harder. So bitches, and I gotta tell that story too about the first time I became homeless because these funky ass bitches, this fucking nerdy ass, nasty ass. Hold on now. What are you doing? Oh my God. Anyways, these ugly ass hoes that I used to live with, y'all, had like a record on me, right? And y'all, you don't even gotta get convicted as guilty for these shits, bro. If somebody even like accuses you of some shit and takes it to back up a little bit. If somebody even accuses you of something and takes it to court, bitch, that shit gonna be on your record. It doesn't matter if you're innocent or guilty, bitch. It's gonna show up. Anytime that you apply for something and then they try to do a background check and shit like that, that shit's gonna pop up. Cause it don't matter. You need to get that shit. Why does shit look so far off my head, child? Let me organize. Let me get myself together. Oh my God. Bitch, I look like strawberry shortcake. The boys when I lit at the strawberry shortcake. It's not bad. Let me not get copyrighted. Anyways, you all. So I'll be hearing sounds and shit like that because this bitch wanna play on my porch, and I don't know if some like an owl's finna snatch her up or some shit. But anyways, y'all. So yeah, so basically that's kind of the background. I had some shit on my record because these sour cream ass bitches wanted to accuse me of being the aggressive black girl and shit when they were really the fucking barbaric white bitches. But we gonna get into that in another story time. But yeah, so that put something on my fucking record. So it made it hard to get a job that summer. So your girl was doing gigs, you know, she was doing DoorDash, earning her little coin, you know. Bitch, I was still making it do, bitch. I bought my motherfucking a trip to New York with that shit. Like, bitch, I saw Tyler Creator in New York City, Madison Square Garden. Like, that DoorDash money was doing something. That little Shift Smart money was doing something. Don't play with me. But yeah, so that's what I was doing. Y'all. I was doing like little side hustles and gigs in order to, you know, give me a little bit of money. So when I downloaded Shift Smart, literally the only fucking place that it gave me a shift at was this Circle K, right? So it was like just be like a stalker at Circle K or like working in the cooler and shit like that. But it would always be that one location. So I'm just like, so, you know, I would of course accept it because first of all, they were barely even offering me shit in Boston, bro. They would offer me shit in like different fucking cities or I mean different fucking towns and shit like that outside of Boston. I'm just like, bitch, I'm not going to the motherfucking boonies. for $17 an hour, bitch, for like 3-4 hours. Excuse me? Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. And then I would have to take like Ubers and shit. Yeah, it wasn't nobody doing that shit, right? So I took the ones in Boston and it gave me one, it was like pretty frequent, it spaced out a little bit sometimes, but long story short, I got kind of acquainted with the people. Like, I would go up there, I would, stock the shelves, I would stock the cooler, I talked to the people was cool and shit like that. And yeah, I got acquainted with the staff and shit like that. And one day, one of the guys told me that, hey, like they were looking to fire one of their night shift guys. Spoiler alert, he never got fired, but basically he's kind of like has like a mental like disability and shit like that. He's like kind of high, maybe high functioning, but he had like something wrong. You could clearly tell something a screw was a little loose and shit like that. So but he kind of wouldn't do his job right, and he stunk. According to this guy, and later on I found that was true. But he was telling me, yeah, he don't take care of himself and he don't do what he's supposed to do. He don't be cleaning the grill at night. I'm just like, oh, say word. And he basically told me they were hiring. And I'm just like, okay, this is like, kind of like a 7-Eleven kind of, it was like Circle K, but it was like kind of a 7-Eleven convenience store deal. So I'm just like, their standards can't be too high to be hired. So I talked to the manager because I got well acquainted with her at the motherfucking time. Not for long, obviously. But yeah, so I would talk to her and she told me to apply with a link that was outside and shit like that. I thought I was gonna get a little bit of a push because bitch, I have been working with that shit smart shit for like a couple weeks, like a couple months at that point. So I'm just like, you already know how it works. And I would always show her like, bitch, I be stalking shit in like 2.5 seconds, bitch. I was working. I was working. At this point I was desperate for money. So I didn't care if it was a minimum wage job, bitch. I'm like, let me just give me a little something. That bitch took weeks to get back to me. Weeks and weeks and weeks. And then I would take just smart shifts and shit like that throughout the weeks and shit like that. And then I would ask her, where are you at in the application process? Like, have y'all looked? She was just like, oh, I haven't looked at this and that, this and that. It took this bitch like a month and a half, I'm not gonna lie, to get to my application. But when she finally did, she was just like, oh, look, we're looking for somebody. I need your help, Phil. She was just like, oh, are you still looking to get hired? Because it was so long after I freaking put in my application. I was just like, yes, bitch, I'm looking to get hired. Mind you, I had another job at this time too, so I was already making. No, wait. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay, so this is after I became homeless, by the way. We gonna get to that story time soon, y'all. I promise. I think I already recorded it, but I gotta re-record it because I think it's a hot mess. Like I didn't record it right, and I was tired, and the energy wasn't there. But what even happened? Bitch, I'm gonna put that shit on some motherfucking merch. What even happened? Because I'll be remembering shit. Like what the fuck? Oh my god. What the fuck was I even trying to remember? My body. Hold on. So this after I became homeless, and yeah, so I was already working another job at Speedway, and so I was trying to get this as a second job, right? So boom, I get hired for this motherfucking job, right? And yeah, so everything going cool. At first they put me for the night shift and shit like that. I was mostly working with the guy that was a little bit, to make sure everything got done correctly and shit like that. And then after that, I quit / got fired from the other job, which is another fuck ass story because that bitch tried me too. Actually, let me tell you some story talking about how I got fired from that job, right? And I could probably put the receipts on here too. But bitch, tell me why I fucking requested a week off for my birthday week that was in January. So right, my birthday January 4th, big Capricorn energy, don't play with me type shit, right? So I told her like probably a month in advance. It wasn't in writing, but I told her a month in advance, hey yo, my birthday January 4th. So I'm gonna need the entire first week of January off because I'm gonna be out. I'm going to be out the country. I didn't know where I was going to be at the time, but I knew I was going to be out the country. I didn't care where I was going to be at the time. I just knew I wasn't going to be in this bitch ass store. So I asked her, and I'm just like, okay, like, and I didn't ask her. I told her, hey, yo, I'm leaving, like, and she was just like, okay, yeah, go have fun. Mind you, I had a good relationship with her at the time too. It always starts off good, but at the same time, I kind of put on the front because you my manager, so I kind of got to get along with you. So we might as well have some fun and shit like that. But I would not be talking to you if I didn't have to talk to you, type shit, exactly. But yeah, so she was cool and shit like that. So I asked her for that, or I told her that I was leaving for the first week, and she said, yeah. So the great thing was like, okay, y'all. So in this job, I worked 5 days a week, right? And they were really strict with hours too. I used to have my 40 hours a week up in there, but then the new bitch came, and apparently we were over hours, so she would cut the hours just a little bit. But long story short, I would work 5 days a week, right? I would work Saturday through Wednesday, right? Saturday through Wednesday was my week, and then Thursdays and Fridays were my weekends, right? And then usually during those Thursdays and Fridays, I would work at the other job, and she knew this. So already, like, since I had worked there and shit like that, from the previous manager to the new manager, I had Thursdays and Fridays off every single fucking time, right? And then I got this new job too that I was working Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. So during them days that I was off, I would work at that other job too. And I knew, and my manager knew that. My manager at the store knew that, right? She knew I was booked and busy on Thursdays and Fridays, right? Okay, boom. So my birthday week comes, right? And my last day working there was December 31st, right? Because December 31st was a Wednesday. The Thursday was New Year's, right? So I had requested basically like that whole week and shit like that. And technically I had requested what did I request? Hold on. So basically I requested the 3rd to the 7th off, but I was already supposed to be off on the 1st and the 2nd because those were Thursdays and Fridays. So basically it would have been like, okay, so I worked up until Wednesday. I got my 2 days off. And on the day that I'm supposed to come back Saturday, I need that shit off. So I need that shit from the 3rd to the 7th off, right? Right? And then the 1st and the 2nd I'm already supposed to have off. So I didn't even have to say that. So 3rd to the 7th, basically, I was supposed to have off, right? Right? Because I was going there to Boca Chica from the 2nd to the 7th, right? Okay, boom, period, right? I go to Boca Chica, live my motherfucking best life. I mute my work chat because I don't want to hear from y'all bitches. I'm out the country shaking ass. The fuck? I don't care what y'all up to. I don't care. Y'all ain't got nothing to say to me. It's my birthday week. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck am I looking at my work chat for, right? So obviously they're blocked and muted, right? Y'all, I get back on not the 7th, but the 8th. And the 8th, and it's cool that I get back at the 8th because, first of all, I didn't work at my Circle K job. I had already called that off. Yeah, because mind you, y'all, the reason I knew I had the 1st and 2nd off, not only is because I'm supposed to have them off, but she knows I worked that other job, even though I didn't work that other job the 1st and 2nd. Like, I called that off. So I was basically that whole first week, I called off and shit like that. So, yeah, y'all understand what I'm saying, right? It's not too confusing, right? So basically, on the day that I got back was the 7th, right? Well, I was supposed to get back the 7th, but I actually got back the 8th because I had an 11-hour layover, y'all, in Miami. No, wait, it was Philadelphia airport that time. But you know, I saved a little $5. I saved that little $5. Don't play with me. Okay, period. So yeah, you know, it was a little coin, a little money, even though I did spend $40 on a salad. No, $30 on the salad. I'll give myself some grace. It was $30 on a chicken Caesar salad. That was not even all that. But anyways, y'all, what even happened? Oh yeah, so I got back on the 8th, but it was cool though because the 8th was a Thursday. I got back on Thursday, so I don't work that day, right? Because those are my 2 days off, and I was expecting to go back to work on Saturday, right? Y'all, tell me why. Tell me the fuck why I get back on the 8th. I open my work chat just to kind of, you know, get accustomed back to life and back to, you know, work life and shit like that, you know. Be like, hey y'all, I'm back, memorize my schedule, all that shit, you know, get ready to get back into the groove of shit, right? To get ready into the grind. Tell me why that bitch. Oh my god, y'all, these fucking allergies. I'm itching. I need to close this fucking window, but this bitch keep going outside. Alright, but yeah, so I unblocked the chats, y'all. After my fucking week off in Boca Chica, bitch, not paying attention to nobody and nothing, bitch. I come the fuck back. Open my chat. This bitch had been hitting me up since New Year's Day, y'all. Since January 1st, 2026, this bitch had been hitting me up, being like, where are you? You're supposed to be at work. You know what? Never mind. Don't bother coming. Text me the next day. Hey, what's going on? Why are you ghosting? Where are you at? Blah, 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 blah. Basically, literally texting me up until the 5th being like, oh, I haven't heard from you. So I'm just going to remove you from the schedule. Meanwhile, I didn't see shit until the 8th, until I landed back in the fucking US and fucking got back into my room and shit like that and unpacked my shit and then opened my motherfucking chat. I hadn't seen shit until the 8th, y'all. Until I did all that. I opened my fucking, imagine my surprise that I opened my chat and I'm seeing 3 days ago she said she's gonna take me off the schedule. Meanwhile, she knew I was on fucking vacation. Meanwhile, she knew that this shit has been pre-motherfucking planned. Oh, sorry, y'all, I need this. She knew this shit had already been planned, so I'm just like, what the fuck is she blowing up my shit knowing that I'm supposed to be out, but fucking knowing that I'm out the fucking country? Why the fuck would she be blowing up my shit for? Bitch, are you dumb? We had an agreement. Like, you know I'm gone. You know I'm gone. Like, you know I'm not fucking about to hit you back. Like, you know where I'm at. It turns out that for some reason, because I had scheduled those days off, apparently she scheduled me for the Thursday, which was January 1st, which was a Thursday, which is a day I never work and I'm not supposed to work. And I usually work the other job, so she knows I can't even do Thursdays. She had scheduled me for a Thursday, and she said because I missed that Thursday, she had taken me off the schedule because, oh, you should have known. You memorized this guy. I'm over here hitting her. I'm like, what do you mean you're taking me off? She was just like, you were supposed to be here Thursday. And I'm just like, bitch, I never work Thursdays. You know, I have the other job and shit like that. She was just like, oh, well, you know, we changed it. You looked at the schedule. I saw you, bitch. I did not look at no motherfucking schedule, bitch. I don't work Thursdays and Fridays, so I don't expect to be here Thursdays and Fridays. What the fuck do you mean? What the fuck? She was just like, oh, well, she said some bullshit and shit like that. And I was clocking the shit out of her. I was just like, girl, like, that is so unfair. Like, you about to take me off the schedule because of your mistake, because you know damn well I'm not supposed to work Thursdays and Fridays. She was just like, oh, you still had to come. What do you mean I still had to come, bitch? I had shit to do. You was not on the motherfucking schedule. What do you mean? Trying to change shit up and shit like that on New Year's and shit like that, trying to change shit up and then be like it's my fault when it's really your fault, because you should know that you shouldn't just be changing people's schedules. She was like notorious for changing people's schedules, y'all. Like, just out of the fucking blue, bitch. Like, people can have some shit like weekly, like, say, like, one of my friends there, they had a therapy appointment like at the same time every week. All of a sudden, this bitch ass manager changed the motherfucking schedule, just like didn't even say nothing, just printed a new schedule, and it was just like, well, these are your new hours. And then my friend literally had to be like, yo, like, I literally have to like reschedule and rebook my therapy appointments and like rearrange my schedule for the entire week because she just moved me to this random day without telling me. Who does that? So I was clocking her, being like, bitch, you can't just be changing shit and everything. And she looked at it and she didn't reply. And I'm just like, bitch, fuck this motherfucking job, bitch. Like, bitch, you already basically fucking soft fired me and shit like that. So I'm gonna take my fucking power back and my fucking put my foot down and be like, hey, yo, I quit because I got a backup job, right? So I wasn't really tripping. Not bad. But anyways, probably one of my, I don't regret it because fuck that bitch. I had to stand on business, but at the same time, y'all, poverty. This is where I started experiencing poverty. After I quit that job, y'all, I'm telling you, this job at Circle K was paying scraps and pennies. Especially after my trip to Boca Chica, y'all, I was financially struggling. So I was trying to get my shit back and shit. Like, it was not paying that much. And then I would use Daily Pay a lot, y'all. So, y'all. And then, you know, when you use Daily Pay, you always feel like you're getting snubs for like half of your paycheck. But then it's like, you don't, but then you do at the same time, bitch. When I tell y'all my checks every week used to be like $17, $15, and I'm just like, where the rest of my money go? And it was just like, oh, you took it out from Daily Pay. But I'm just like, I feel like I worked more than I took out. Like, you know what I mean? The math wasn't mathing to me, but apparently it was mathing. I don't even know. But yeah, so anyways, I left that job and I started working just the job at Circle K. And I told the manager, hey, yo, like, you know, I'm available every day now because I quit that other fuck ass job. So whenever you need me, I'm here. So she started putting me out for more hours and shit like that, calling me in for more hours. And I'm just like, all right, cool. I was still broke as shit, bro, because that $17 an hour wasn't paying shit. And then at the same time, I had to move out by March 1st. Because the other housing that I had was like temporary housing. So it was March. I had to move out by March 1st. And it was like basically a 3-month kind of housing lease and shit like that. So I had to move out by March 1st. And bitch, and I'm over here trying to pay this rent. And then I'm looking, I had to move out and shit like that. And then I found this place that was asking for like first and last months, y'all. So, bitch, and most of them asked for first, last, and security, and they would all be like over $1,000. So basically, like $3,000 to just move the fuck out and get settled in a new fucking place. And then I would have to pay for next month too. So it's kind of just, it's just like, yo, like it was a lot going on, a lot of expenses and shit like that. But I was able to find this cute new place, and it was only first and last, even though I was struggling with getting that too. And then my fucking tax return was late, y'all. There was a lot going on, but I ended up being able to move in here nice and good and shit like that. Period. Like, all by myself, by the way. Bitch, I'm an independent ass bitch. I really do everything for myself. Me and my little brother against the world, because he was the only one that was helping me, and we was bringing suitcases and bags back and forth on that motherfucking bus like 4, 5, 6 times that day, y'all. It was crazy. It was crazy, but we motherfucking did it, bitch. And now that I'm thinking about it, I'm not gonna move out. Like, bitch, I'm gonna fucking figure out a way to get that thousand. Like, yes, I am. But anyways, yeah, y'all. So, yeah, so I moved in here. Everything was cool. I was still working this job and shit like that. But I found myself, I would work every day, y'all. I would work every day from like 4 to 10 and shit like that. And I'm still struggling, bro. Like, why am I waking up every single day, getting up every single day and shit like that, working? See, I'm still struggling. I'm just like, nah, this ain't it. So I started resenting that job, hating that job, and I was ready to fucking quit at one point. I was just like, bitch, like, I'm gonna pop off on OnlyFans, on one of these campsites and shit like that. I'm done with this motherfucking job. So I was already ready to quit and shit like that. I was already at my wit's end with the job. Boom, the day comes, the infamous day that led to the crash out. That I'm gonna show you that video at the end. It's actually on my Instagram, but I'm gonna show the video at the end because, bitch, when I tell you I crashed out on this bitch as I motherfucking should have, I crashed out on this bitch and I did what I had to do, and it resulted in me getting fired. Slash, not really me getting fired because, bitch, I was planning on quitting that day anyways, but I think she put in that I was fired because it technically was me crashing out on her, so she thought she had the power to fire me, but little did she know, bitch, I was gonna quit that day anyways. But here, okay, so let me give y'all the timeline, right? The situation that resulted in the crash out later on happened on, was it Friday? Okay, yeah, it was Friday, right? Friday, this is what happened. This is Friday, I crashed out on Sunday. You gonna see what happened, right? So boom, Friday comes. During this time, like I told y'all, like I have open availability. So not only was she only scheduling me for the night shift, but she was also scheduling me for some day shifts, you know, like from 11 to something, or like from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Boom. This specific day, I'm pretty sure it was a 1 to 6 p.m. shift, right? 1 to 6, 1 to 7, right? So all, mind y'all, let me give y'all a visual of our staff. There's the bitch ass manager, stank ass, musty ass manager. I don't know how to take care of herself. She look a hot mess every day. She looks 60 years old. She probably only like 40. Bitch, she look a hot ass motherfucker. She look like she rotting off the bone. But anyways, so she is a white woman, right? She's a white woman, a white manager, right? Every single employee in that bitch is black. And at first I was just like, oh, that's cute. You know, she giving black people like, you know, she employing all black people, making sure we all getting our money, bro. We all getting fed. But when you look at it for real, it's giving master and slaves. It's giving plantation. It's giving owner. It's giving master. I was like, wait a second. But let me tell y'all what happened this day, y'all. So boom, Friday. I come in at 1 p.m. I'm working, like I said, everybody black except for the fucking manager. I'm working with these two other niggas, this older fucking nigga and then this younger nigga. And then there's me, the queen. And then the manager, she's there too, right? She's there that day, right? Boom. We working, we chilling, we laughing, we vibing, or whatever the fuck, right? Then the manager, you know, she had a few screws loose too. I think she was bipolar or something. She would act erratic at times. It was really weird. She would be texting me some random shit. Like she was interesting to say the least, right? Okay, period. So yeah, she had a couple screws loose. So basically, we was all chilling, right? Out of nowhere, she would like bring shit out of nowhere that nobody was talking about and shit like that, right? So out of nowhere, she asked us, "Y'all want to see my dogs?" We're just like, sure, why not? Mind you, this bitch has told us multiple times, like, that she has, like, a lot of dogs. She has, like, 10 dogs. She has, like, a lot of dogs, right? She has a lot of dogs, right? This bitch came over and showed us, this group of black people, right? 3 black people, right? She walks up to us and she showed us these 2 particular, not a group photo of all her dogs and shit like that. These 2 particular dogs, right? She came up to us and showed us these 2 very particular white Pomeranian, husky, whatever the fuck they was. These 2 fluffy white dogs, right? And I didn't think nothing of it at first. Okay, 2 white dogs. Well, like, you know, right? I wasn't tripping, but then she told me their names. She told me their names, y'all. Guess what these 2 white fluffy dogs' names were? Their names was Cotton, Cotton Puff, and Sugar Bear. What? Y'all, Cotton Puff and Sugar. This crusty white bitches, white dogs are named Cotton Ball and Sugar Bear, or Cotton Puff, whatever the fuck. Cotton and Sugar. Huh? What did you say? Yo, when I tell you me, the young nigga and the old nigga was shook. Bitch, we was looking at, bro, we was communicating in black, bro. We was looking at each other, talking with each other's eyes, like, what the fuck? Like, this bitch is weird as shit. What the fuck? I know she fucking lying, right? I know she fucking lying. She peeped us making eye contact and looking at her crazy. She was just like, what are you guys doing? What are you guys looking at? What are you guys referring to? Like, what are you guys doing? And we just kept looking at her crazy, like, why would you name your dogs that? And she was just like, oh, it was my black boyfriend that named it that. So it doesn't really like, oh, like, it's not on me and shit like that. We were still looking at her like, that shit's weird as fuck. And then the heifer started calling us uneducated, me particularly too. She would look straight at me and she called me uneducated and ignorant. This funky ass, bitch ass, cracker ass hoe calls a black woman uneducated and ignorant because we was looking at her crazy for calling her two fucking dogs two things that black people was known to pick back in the olden days, you stupid fucking bitch. And the crazy thing is, she was trying to act all oblivious about it. She was just like, oh, what are you guys referring to? Oh, you guys are uneducated, you guys are ignorant, that's not even what it means and shit like that. Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Tell me why this bitch had the audacity to look up the history of cotton, show me a picture of cotton, and be like, look, it has nothing to do with black people. I got nothing to... Yo, are you retarded, bitch? This bitch pulled up a picture of cotton and showed it to me and was just like, it has nothing to do with black... Bruh. Yo. If dumb bitch was a person, oh my god, I was looking at her like, and at the time I wasn't, I think I was just so in shock that I wasn't popping off, but at the same time, me and the niggas was looking at each other like, yo, none of them was saying anything either, but we was all looking like, hey yo, none of us for real wanted to get fired, but at the same time, we was just like, this bitch is crazy. This bitch looked up a fucking picture of cotton and showed it to me and said it had nothing to do with black people. I was like, wait, girl, are you dumb, girl? You stupid? Girl, what the fuck? Are you retired? Bitch, I know you look 60, but you can't have hit dementia age already. Dementia. Mind you, y'all, let me tell you a little bit of history about this funky ass hoe. So she was one of them bitches that was like, kind of openly like anti-racist. She'll be like, oh, I don't fuck with that shit. Like, oh, like I remember a guy came in and was spitting out all kind of N-words in my store, and I told him to get the fuck out. You don't talk to my employees like that, etc., etc. And she would be, she would like be verbally being like, oh yeah, I'm anti-racist. I don't mess with that. I was born in the hood.
Oh shit, y'all. Hold on, don't look at that. Oh my god, my fucking wig cap. My wig cap exposed. Oh my god.
Y'all, this bitch was over here just like, oh, I was born in the hood. Like, I understand what it's like. I was like, who was born in the hood? I was born in the hood. She wasn't saying those specific words, but she was just like, I was born, in an unfortunate situation. So, I was born around a lot of black people. Okay. And then on top of that, bitch, the cherry on top of the motherfucking white ass, dry ass, tasteless ass motherfucking cake is she had a black boyfriend. It's always them, y'all. And that's why I always look at interracial specifically black man and white woman, interracial relationships, I be looking at them shit so shady. I've been looking at that shit with the most side eye because them funky ass white snow bunny bitches always act the same when it comes to having a black man, bitch. They always act up when it comes to having a black man. They always think they have a pass when it comes to having a black man, bitch. And these black men don't tell them nothing because they coons. But anyways, let me get into it, right? So that's a little background about her, right? Let's fast forward to back to where she was calling me an ignorant and uneducated. I mean, ignorant and uneducated about my own fucking history and my own fucking people. You dumb bitch. See, they be thinking they so entitled when they have somebody black attached to them. That's why I cannot, bitch. That's why I cannot. So she was calling me ignorant. She was calling me uneducated. We was all looking at each other crazy. I was just like, excuse me, like, and she was just like, no, I just mean about the specific situation. I'm just like, about black people, like what? And then she like sat down over there like at the computer and shit like that, and we was all looking at each other like what and saying like what the fuck to each other, and she like looked back and she was just like, are you guys talking about me? Are you guys talking about me? Like stop, like you guys are fucking uneducated cats calling us that shit. I was like, what the fuck you guys bitch is that? And then she came back over and shit like that. And then she was just like, oh, like, you know, I know what y'all thinking, but I don't mean it like that. Like, you know, I don't want, like, you know, it's not like that and shit like that. And I was trying to, like, give her the benefit of the doubt, y'all. And I was just like, oh, yeah, don't worry. We don't think of you like that and stuff like that. Because, you know, I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt because I'm over here just, like, thinking, okay, she's, like, anti-racist, right? Like, she wouldn't have these thoughts, right? She don't mean no ill will. She don't mean no ill intent. Trying to give her the benefit of the motherfucking doubt, right? This heifer said, oh, I wouldn't give a damn if you guys did think about me like that. I was like, yo, like, y'all, I was so, like, in shock because never in my fucking life. And both the niggas was in shock, too, because we always just giving each other the eyes, like, yo, what the fuck, right? Okay, boom. So after that, right, we had went to the bed because I wanted to talk to her about something completely different, right? Something completely different. And before I could even get to the other thing, because I was trying to move on from it, I honestly was trying to move on from it. I was just like, okay, it's weird, and I'm trying to process it. So I'm trying to get over the uncomfortable conversation before I can even utter a singular fucking syllable out of my motherfucking mouth. This bitch says, oh, if you guys are sensitive or feel sensitive to what I'm saying, then tough shit. Like, if you guys feel offended to what I said, then tough shit. I was like, and then she said that while she was turned around. So I was literally in fucking shock. I was like, tough shit? You potentially, no, you definitely did. But say in a white perspective, you know that you probably offended a whole motherfucking race. Probably said some crazy shit that made your black employees feel uncomfortable. And this bitch said tough shit. The black woman was too stunned to speak to the cracker. Y'all, when I tell you I was at a loss for words, I literally just brushed it off and just said what I had to say, but what she said stuck in my mind. And then after, when she was about to leave, she said, she like kept going with the fucking bit, which is why I know this bitch was intentionally trying to poke and prod at us. Bitch, you lucky we didn't jump, you funky asshole. So basically, and you lucky I already have something on my record, bitch, because I'm trying to clear that shit and like have a clean record for the first time in like, 2 years. So I was trying not to pop the fuck off, but y'all, right before she left, she said, oh, I might bring Sugar Bear and Cottontail to come over here and run around for a little bit and stuff like that. And I literally said under my breath, oh, what, to bring back trauma of our ancestors? And I don't know if she heard me, but she was just like, I was like, what's funny? But when like you're in a situation where you don't expect something so much, that shit like puts you into shock for a second. So I couldn't even start comprehending what the fuck went down until this heifer left. And then me and the niggas was talking about it, and we were just like, that was really fucking crazy. And then they left and shit like that, because they were there since the morning, so they left. And the nighttime guy that I worked with frequently, like, came. And I told him what happened. And this guy doesn't really show emotion. He'd like just be into his work and shit like that. But when I told him this fucking story, he was literally in shock. He was just like, yo, there's no way. Yo, she said that. Yo, what the fuck? Yo, that's crazy. I was like, yeah, nigga, what the fuck? And I feel like the more like I spoke about it and shit like that, the more like the crazier it became, y'all. I feel like the reality of how crazy the situation was didn't hit me at first, but the more I thought about it and the more I fucking said it to him, was talking to him about it, I was just like, yo, this heifer is wild. Like, now she need to be put in her motherfucking place. Like, yo, the entire time I literally was just like, yo. Like, progressively throughout my shift until the end of my shift, I was just like, yo. That shit was crazy. So, yeah, so I was telling, like, he was agreeing with me and shit like that. He was just like, damn, that's crazy. Like, you know, you might want to tell her something about it and shit like that. And I'm just like, I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna text her. So after my fucking shift, y'all, I texted her very professionally, and I don't remember what I said, but I ate that shit the fuck up, and I'm gonna put it like right here or some shit. But I said something about like, hey yo, like, you know, like professionally too. I didn't cuss at her. I didn't crash out at that moment. I didn't crash out. I was just like, hey girl, we all just found it a little weird and uncomfortable that you said that and stuff like that. I know you mean no ill intention, but you know, two things that black people were known to do back in the day, and you just bring that up and start laughing in our face and calling us uneducated and ignorant. That shit was crazy, and I want you to know how the fuck we felt. Something along those lines, right? This funky, booty, ugly, nasty, sour milk smelling, spoiled milk looking asshole had the nerve to be like, actually, I don't appreciate the fact that you guys try to label me as racist. That actually made me feel a type of way. Or that actually made me very upset. Trying to play the little white bitch victim card. I was like, oh no, she didn't. Oh no, she didn't. So I clocked her again, and I was just like, bitch, nobody was saying that. I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt, but in the back you said that you didn't give a fuck or tough shit and shit like that. And I want you to know that was very fucking insensitive of you. Mind you, this bitch preached to the top of her lungs. If I ever say anything that offends you guys or that comes across as rude, I'm a very big communicator, so just come to me. Sometimes I don't realize I'm doing stuff, so come to me, talk to me about it, and we'll get it resolved. The bitch that was so big on like, oh, come to me if I ever say anything wrong. And this is the way she's fucking reacted, the stupid hoe, right? So I told her, I clocked her again about it. And she had the audacity to say, wrong again. Have a good night. I was like, no. I'm dreaming. I'm in the back rooms. No, this can't be real, right? I'm like, no way, this can't be real. So I think I texted the girl that I was gonna work in tomorrow or the next day about it, because me and her was cool as shit and everything. So this happened on a Friday, right? Friday to Friday night, right? The texting and shit like that. Saturday morning comes, I have a shift with the girl, right? We work together the entire shift. And I told her what happened, and she had the same reaction as the nigga that came in last night too. She was just like, yo, what the fuck? Kat said that. I've never heard Kat talk like that. Like, what the fuck? Like, she was shocked. She was shocked just like me. Just like the niggas. Just like everybody was shocked. And she was a black woman too. Like I said, all of us was black. So it's just like, yo, like, this bitch is fucking wild. Okay. So, yeah. So, after I finished working with her, the night guy, because I always stayed like a couple hours after her and shit like that, just to like, for the night guy to come and switch and everything, and then me to cover him while he switched some stuff before I leave. So he came through, right? And then he was kind of invested. He was just like, hey, yo, was there any updates? Like, you know, what happened and stuff like that? Like, was anything else said, right? So I told him about the text messages, right? And I showed him how she reacted to me trying to communicate to her that she made us feel some type of way. Instead of taking accountability as a fucking manager should, being professional about it and admitting her wrongs, I showed her what the fuck she said. She was over here talking about I'm wrong, how she was playing the victim, being like, oh, I don't like being labeled as a racist. Like, even though you fucking are, you fucking stupid. Oh my god. Okay. So I told him what she said. I showed him the text messages. I showed him what I had sent, shit like that. He was just like, oh yeah, you communicated that so well. Like you ate that shit up. And I'm like, I know I did. And I read him her text messages. His eyes got big. I was like, yeah, That shit crazy, ain't it? And I gotta work with her tomorrow. So mind y'all, the next day after that, the Sunday, the day that I crashed out, that I crashed out, that day was St. Patrick's Day in Boston, right? The St. Patrick's Day parade, right? So she had asked me to come in early, and basically I was working that whole motherfucking day with this bitch. And the guy too, the guy was coming in too. The guy that worked in one night shift, he was coming in that morning too, right? So it was gonna be all three of us, and I literally was just like, "Yo, I don't know how I'm gonna work with her tomorrow. Like, I'm gonna have to keep my fucking mouth shut, or else I'm gonna crash the fuck out." Like, I told him to. I'm just like, I'm gonna try to work the entire shift tomorrow, but I'm ready to fucking quit and curse that bitch out because, mind you, I was already at my wit's end because I was sick of working every day and still being poor, right? So I was already at my wit's end, right, with working that motherfucking job. But then on top of that too, I was like, the creme de la creme on top of that shit is what the fuck just went down on Friday. So I was just like, oh no, I'm ready to fucking go. So I was ready to actually work on my shift at St. Patrick's Day first because I think it was like an 11, 12-hour shift. I was trying to get that money before I quit so that when I quit, I could have a little bit of pape, you know? Get that shit off daily pay real quick the night of and shit like that, and then never go back over there again and have a little, you know, cushion and shit like that. Y'all, I didn't even last a fucking hour. I didn't last, bitch. Y'all, I did not last a motherfucker. I think I lasted less than a half hour. Let me tell y'all what happened, right? I walked in, didn't say anything to anybody. I think I maybe said hi to the guy that I be working with and shit like that. Didn't say shit to this manager. Mind you, I'm very talkative with this manager usually. But after that shit, I was just like, nah, I gotta keep my mouth shut around her or else I will crash out I will crash out at her. So it was a very interesting series of events that led to this crash out, right? So I clocked in, I think I clocked in at like 10, bro. I clocked in at 10 a.m., right? I came in, I took a couple of customers. This one customer was trying to like get some cups, right? And I'm just like, oh, cups are free because we never charge for fucking cups. Like, if you have a cup with nothing in it, I'm over here thinking, okay, like, you good, right? Like, I usually gave them out and shit. Like, I mean, people didn't really ask for cups and shit like that, but like, you know, with St. Patrick's Day and shit like that, she was asking for like 3 cups and shit like that. And I'm just like, oh, you're good, right? Mind you, the way it was, like, I was on one register, the funky bitch racist manager was on the other register. And the other guy was kind of just like doing like behind the scenes work and shit like that, like, you know, walking behind, cooking the food and shit like that. So I had a headphone in facing her because I didn't want to fucking hear shit she had to say, right? So she had said something to me. I hear it. I said, "What'd she say?" I said, "What'd you say?" She said, "Oh, we do charge for cups. We do charge for cups. What are you talking about? Like, you know we charge for cups." And I'm just like, I clearly don't know we charge for cups if I didn't charge her for a cup. Like, there's no button that says we charge for cups. And she was just like, "Oh, I'll show you." But she had said something before that was just like, get off. You could get off the register when I had asked her, like, "Oh, what'd you say?" She had said, like, "Oh, you can get off the register," but I pretended I didn't hear it and I didn't get off the register. And she was just like, "Okay, I'll show you, right?" And I was just like, I'm not trying to talk to you, funky ass bitch. Like, stop. And then I was like walking around and shit like that. And then she was trying to talk to me. She would be like, "Oh, your shoes untied." Like, I was just like, "Bitch, fucking talking to me. I don't want to hear you." Right? So I wouldn't reply to her. I was just trying to do my job, bro. I was just trying to do my job, take some customers, get my check, and go home, right? Like I said, didn't even last a half hour because I think she had said something to me, right? Mind you, the shoelace thing came earlier, right? And then she, like, the situation with the cup came through, right? So she said that she was gonna, like, you know, show me or something like that and this and that, right? So I said, "Alright," right? And then the guy that was next to me, like, he overheard, like, you know, was saying the vibe that was going on, and then he looked at me, I looked at him, and I did like a little move. I was over here like, "Oh," to him, right? And then I was like, and then I turned back around and shit like that, and she had saw me do that, right? And she was just like, "Can you come to the back real quick?" and stuff like that. And I'm just like, oh my fucking god, bro. Like I did that, and then I faced back and shit like that, and then he was looking at her, so I looked at her, and then she had seen it, and she was looking at both of us, and she was just like, let's go to the back and talk and shit like that, right? And I was just like, no. Yeah, I had been there for like 20 minutes at this point. I'm just like, no, please, because I knew if I had gone to the back, I was going to crash the fuck out. But I couldn't say no because if she said no, she probably gonna send me home. So I went to the bag. I was gonna try to be civil about it until I ended my shift. It did not go civilly. Y'all, she took me to the motherfucking bag and she said, I don't know why you have an attitude, but what's going on? Is it because what happened the other day? Like, are you still mad about what happened the other day? And I'm just like, yes, I'm so mad about what happened the other day. Like, are you fucking dumb? Like, this bitch really tried to brush it off like it was fucking nothing. After she literally dismissed my feelings as a black woman about what she said, she was just like, oh, I'm actually feeling like the victim. And then I expressed to her, like, yo, that shit was crazy and insensitive. And she was just like, wrong. Coming from the bitch that preaches communication and come to me with any issues that y'all have or whatever the fuck. And then I'm expressing you the uncomfortability that I felt as a black woman and you showing me that shit and you saying that shit and you carrying on with that fucking big over just made us all uncomfortable. And I'm telling you how we all felt as black people and this bitch had the nerve to say wrong. Are you retarded? So when she asked me that shit, I was literally blown. I'm just like, no fucking shit. I was mad about that shit. Like, what the fuck? So I started being like, she was just over here just like, oh, well, I talked to them and they weren't mad. I'm just like, I don't care if you talk to them, bitch. I'm telling you how black people feel about it, blah, blah, blah. And she was just like, okay, I'm going to talk. And I'm just like, no, I'm going to talk. Now, at that point, she had released the demon in me. I was just like, no, bitch, I'm going to talk and shit like that. And then after that, she was just like, you know what? You're dismissed. Go home. And I was just like, no, bitch, because if you want to talk about it, let's talk about it. She was like trying to squeeze past me, but I was like, covering like the way I was sitting shit like that, I was covering the exit. So she was just like, oh, you're trying to block me. And I'm just like, no, bitch, I'm not trying to block you in. I'm trying to fucking say, like, I was going crazy on her. And then at the end, before she opened the door, she was just like, yeah, bitch, just because you take black dick doesn't mean you understand black issues, bitch. Because it's always the bitches that take black dick that think they understand everything black and have a pass for everything black. No, bitch, you don't. So I said, just because you take black dick don't mean that you understand black struggles, bitch. And then she was just like, oh no, you're going home. And then, mind you, it was St. Patrick's Day, so there was a lot of cops around, right? So she was just like, oh, like, you're gone. And I'm just like, bitch, I was ready to go anyways. I was about to quit today anyways, bitch. What the fuck? So I started going, yeah. So I went off and then she went out and shit like that. And I was grabbing my stuff. I was ready to go. I was just like, you know what? I tried to last. That happened way faster than I thought, but I'm ready to go the fuck home because I was already over this shit anyways, and I was already planning to quit anyways. So, bitch, I packed my bag and I was ready to motherfucking go. So I was packing my bags and shit like that, and as I was packing my bags, she opened the fucking door and she was just like, these policemen are gonna escort you out, these police, and I'm just like, oh no, you're calling the police on black people, you're gonna, like, I'm gonna input the video because at this point I had started recording after that, the initial happened about me being like, oh, you're gonna take back dick and shit like that, because I didn't expect it to go down right then and there. So I wasn't, I didn't expect it to go down right then and there. So I wasn't recording at the time. But after that shit happened and she went out to apparently get the fucking police. I didn't know until she brought the police in the back and shit like that. But I didn't know. So after that, I had started recording and being like, bitch, I lasted like 20 seconds up in here. And then after that, she brought the police and I was just like, oh, you're calling the police on black people? And then I'm gonna put the clip so you can see everything that happened next. Bitch, it went down less than an hour. It went down less than an hour into my shift, y'all. She called me into the bag. I should have said I ain't got nothing to talk about and try to work more on my shift, but y'all, she tried the fuck out of me just now, and she's still not admitting to be a racist fucking whore. So I'm about to leave. I'm leaving, bitch. And she over here talking about I'm gonna call my boss. Bitch, I was gonna quit after today anyways. The fuck? I literally was just like, just because you get some black dick in you doesn't mean you understand black struggles. Like, bitch, like, what? Okay, you have an officer here walking you out. I was gonna get out anyways. Okay. You don't need a fucking, oh, so you're calling officers on black people now? You're calling officers on black people? I was gonna quit after today anyways. Like, what? No, I'm already grabbing my stuff. Yes, you're a racist bitch, and I'm about to call HR on your funky ass. All right, thank you. Fuck. Thank you. Thank you. Let me log out real quick. I'm clocking in. It went down. I'm gonna see you around. Good luck. Wait, let me just add money, man. Yo, good luck with everything, bro. She lucky I didn't throw some shit. Oh my god. crazy ass motherfucking bitch. Oh my god, why is it not working? Oh, 36 75, 72. Damn, less than an hour too is crazy. I tried to hold out. Let me get my space so I can get my time. Are you kidding me? Don't touch my shit. Bye. Bitch. Like, don't play with me. Bye. Race hoe. See you later. Yeah, see you later, hoe. Won't be here. Oh, fuck. Crazy, stupid bitch. Learn. When somebody tells you something, learn.
Have a nice day.
When somebody tells you something, learn, bitch.
Bye.
If a black person tells you that they feel something about some bullshit you do.
Have a nice day. Now you're assaulting me verbally. Have a nice day. Thank you.
Are you back? Okay, period. So then after that, I leave, right? And then I realized that I forgot. I crash out and I leave, right? And then as you can see in the motherfucking video, first of all, jump scare. I'm sorry about the end of that video, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry you had to see that. If I had to deal with it for months, you had to look at it for a second. I don't give a fuck. It's gonna haunt your nightmares, I know, but hey. Hey, you go through it, I go through it, we all go through it. So yeah. So as you can see in the fucking video, I dropped my fucking phone. And I didn't realize that I dropped it because I got two phones. I got two phones. So I had my other phone in my hand and shit like that. And I didn't realize that I had dropped that phone that I was recording with. So my hand getting a little sore. But so yeah, so I didn't realize until I was in the train station right across from the street and everything. So as soon as I was sat down waiting for my fucking train, I was looking for my other phone and I realized, shit, I left it. So I went back. Y'all, I ended up forgetting my motherfucking phone. I forgot my goddamn phone in this shit, so now I gotta go back and get it, and I might cuss out some more. She's gonna try to offer me a shot. Bitch, I'm trying to go home. I need to go home. Is my pink phone up there? My pink phone? It is? Why you keep touching my shit, bitch? I was gonna get it. Like, fuck. Bye, bitch. 40 years old looking 70, girl. Get it together. Mwah.
Is there a bathroom in here?
No, there's not. I can't breathe.
Where is it?
The hotel right there. Oh, I'm not going there. It's right there. Yes, Fatty. How you been? Oh my goodness. I'm fucking crying. Okay, that was easier. Thank you. And I go up in there, and then I went to the guy and shit like that, and I was just like, to my coworker, the guy, I was just like, the one I was cool with, I was just like, hey, did I forget my phone? He was just like, yeah, but he was kind of like quiet. He was just like, yo, like, he's so innocent, bless his soul. Like, he didn't really want to get involved and shit like that, but he was just like, damn, like, it went down, like, that shit. So I was just like, where that? This funky asshole had my phone. I told her to not touch my stuff. Oh my god. And then did you hear in the fucking video where I was trying to get my shit and she was just like, no, moving everything. I'm just like, bitch, I'm getting my stuff. Don't fucking touch my stuff. Like, bitch, are you crazy? Like, so when I came back and shit like that, she was touching my fucking phone. I'm just like, bitch, don't fucking touch my stuff. I snatched my shit. And then I said that she looks like an old ass bitch. I literally was just like, you're probably 40 and you look 60, bitch. Like, get it together. And then I did a kiss. And then I left. My grand finale, bitch. Like, as I fucking should, right? And In the video, you hear her fucking being like, now you're verbally assaulting me. Oh my god, cry them crocodile white woman tears, hoe. Nobody give a fuck. Did you? Like, yeah, I don't physically assault you after that shit. The fuck? Allegedly. I wouldn't do that. I would never do that. My record just got cleared, you know? But yeah, y'all. So after that, yeah, I stormed out and that was motherfucking that. And then I'm over here working with HR to file a complaint against this bitch, but you know how it takes a couple calls for bitches to actually do some shit and shit like that, you know? So I'm working with them right now. I'm actually working on a fucking HR suit with both of these managers because both of these managers ain't fucking shit, right? But I actually lost access to my email because fucking that I did the to HR, which is probably why I'm not getting an update because like I was using too much space because I like, you know, film and I do a lot of shit with that account. So I have too many gigabytes, and in order to buy some new gigabytes, it's $10, and I didn't have $10 at the time, and I don't feel like wasting $10 right now. So, I mean, I probably should to see what's on there, but I don't know. But yeah, so HR is involved. I'm trying to get that bitch fired or catch her outside where there's no cameras, allegedly. But yeah, y'all, that's how a bitch left her motherfucking job and became jobless. But bitch, not homeless. Bitch, we still sitting pretty up in here, even though the first is coming up and I don't know how that shit's going to get paid. We gonna figure out a way. You know the universe always blesses me, so we gonna figure something out. But yeah, y'all. That's how I'm here. That's how I got fired from that bitch ass, raggedy ass motherfucking job. Fuck that job, bitch. I don't give a fuck. That job paid fucking pennies and scraps, bitch. The fuck? I'm looking for better opportunities, bitch. I'm trying to be like I said, maybe a little OnlyFans, a little strip chat so I can get some money from home. But also, bitch, I really want to get into being a server because, like, I serve at a bougie place, so I can make what I would make at that fucking Circle K in like a month. I can make that shit in a night in some places. Being a server. Fuck that fuck ass job, bitch ass fucking job, and fuck that cracker ass, racist ass whore, carrot top ass bitch, fucking snow bunny ass, fucking leprechaun bitch. The fuck? And I'm gonna follow up with that HR bitch. I'm gonna just pay for my email right now so I can see what's tea, what's good. But yeah, y'all. That's what happened. And yeah, your girl is jobless, but we still making ends out here. We still doing what we gotta do, and everything's gonna get figured out by the grace of the universe because the universe always got my motherfucking back. Yeah. So yeah, y'all. Thank you for listening to the story. Tell me what you think about this situation. Like, would you have reacted how I reacted? Do you think I underreacted? Because, I mean, I know I underreacted, but y'all, I can't have another case. And there were cameras with audio, so yeah, bitch. I couldn't do much but cuss the bitch out and get the fuck home. But yeah, y'all, I'm trying to get that bitch like some repercussions with this HR case, so I'm trying to get into it. So yeah. But y'all, comment, like, subscribe, and I'll be back sometime soon with another crazy ass motherfucking story because I got a lot. I got a whole lot. So yeah. So yeah. Yeah. That's it. I feel like there's more to say, but there really ain't more to say. Fuck that hoe. And thank you for watching. Mwah. Wait.